Okay. What I have here is a Brinkman smoker. Bought it a couple of days ago at Tractor Supply for $39. You can see how it made. I had to put it together myself. This is the charcoal pan. There's no holes drilled in it anywhere. You can see there's a lot of ash. All of this ash, as it builds up, has a tendency to put out your fire. So it was kind of disappointing because it didn't quite get hot enough, but that was the reason why. So what I'm going to do is put me a smaller grate in this one and raise it up a little bit, where it'll be off of the bottom and the air can get around it, and the ashes like this can fall to the bottom, and the charcoal can be up above it, giving off the heat. Now, that is one version of it. They also have an electric element. I sent off for it. It cost me $50. And this is what that element looked like. So here's how you install it. Just drop it in like so. And it sits like that on the top of the legs. I say it does, but it doesn't seem to want to fit just right. Let's see something. Well, I really don't see how, but it looks better to me if I do it like this. And there's the plug for it. Along with it, it gives you a little pan that you can put a few big chunks of wood in, and it sets directly on the element. That is where you get your smoke. I will leave out my charcoal pan since we're not going to need it. And then the racks. There is the water bowl. The water bowl goes in next, like so. You can see through here. And then a rack. Then another rack. Show you something else. If you have one of these and you run low on water, you can get your piece of plastic pipe like this. Cut it about so long. If you need to add water, you can just run it down in here, put a funnel on here, pour your water in if you need to raise it up. It is important to have the water because it keeps the meat moist, and it works really nice. I've had one of these years back, and it really did a heck of a job on a ham. But the first job that I did on here, like I said, I wasn't really happy with it until I figured out what I did wrong. So what I did, I cooked some chicken on the top and chicken on the bottom. And when I took it off, it wasn't quite done. The reason why, the temperature never got high enough. So we took it in the house when I thought it was done, and the wife put it in the oven for 1 hour on 300 degrees. Then she put the temperature down to 100 degrees for 30 minutes. Then she took it out, let it cool before she put it in the refrigerator. And the meat turned out to be completely well done, just like we like it, not overly done. And it was very juicy, really, really good. So I had ordered this heating element so that I'd be able to keep the temperature constant before I figured it out. But I think I'm going to like it this way too. Like I say, by putting another grate in here, or I could even use one on this side, just put it right over the top of it, like so. Put my charcoal up here, put the burning charcoal in the center. It starts out small, but as it burns, it spreads out, and you pile your charcoal higher. I thought you just put a little bit of charcoal and keep adding, but you don't. You can really pile it up here with a full-size bag. Not the big bag, but the regular size. Stack it up on here. Take the center out, about this much of it. Get it in a chimney starter or whatever, get it started, dump the fire in here and let it go. That way the fire can come up. I mean, the air can get up underneath here and keep the fire going, and as it's here, ignites the ones here and then here and here, so it's constant burn. I think I'm gonna really like it, but now I'm gonna put it together and I'm gonna try this using the electric, and I want to see what happens, how it cooks. I'll put another video on here at a later time to tell how it turns out using the electric as compared to the charcoal. I'm going to also do some charcoal to it, and I'll let you know. Now this, as you see, there's a space between here. You can see daylight through there. There's about a 3/16 of an inch gap between here and here, all the way around. Your heat and your smoke comes up here. When it was going, I would put my thermometer right down in here. Not this thermometer, but another one, a higher dollar one. And then I would get my temperature. But I'm going to try to keep it like between 210 and 220 degrees from now on. I didn't have it that hot. I had it like at 180. And 180 was about where the L is on the ideal. And when I got it up to 200, it was almost up to the black mark here where it says hot, but not quite that far. And I think I'm going to drill me a couple of small holes, or maybe put me a little damper here, a small one. The reason being, there's no air circulation. The heat comes in here and goes out, and the rest of it just sits here. I want that smoke to be able to pass over it and come out underneath the meat and pass over the meat. Like this, you can have all the smoke coming out here and not have that much smoke inside of here where your meat is. But anyway, I'll give that a shot. We're going to see what happens. If you have one like this with electric, I'd like to know how yours comes out. I haven't seen a video on YouTube showing this type with the element down here in this manner. And I guess that'll get my point across.